think the secret to pulling off a film with good performances, pulling off a good film, I think, is knowing what you want and letting everybody know that you know what you want. And then they trust you. And when they trust you, they give you everything you need to get what you want. The idea of the truthful nature of narration in a movie is very interesting to me. And I saw this as an opportunity to take the conventional ideology that narration is true and is an indicator of exactly what happened, and play with that a little. Every scene is like a miniature movie. It tells a little story about something. And whether it's about your theme or whether it's about your story, it's gotta inform you. And if it doesn't, it doesn't belong in the picture. And by the end, with this particular movie, it's almost like a mystery. So there'll be revelations, there'll be grander revelations. And for those people who've seen the picture, who already know what those revelations are, there are all kinds of little ones. And there are all kinds of unanswered questions. And I guarantee you, see this movie 2 or 3 times, if it's your pleasure, you'll be very surprised at what you missed the first time. But I guarantee you'll never feel unentertained or unmoved through it on the first look. Stephen Baldwin is dangerous in this movie. In that way, I think he's that basically what he does in the lineup, that outburst, that's a prelude to what he's ultimately about. He's about exploding when you least expect it and focusing when you least expect it. And he eventually spearheads through this movie and is a very strong force right up until the end. I think for someone to be funny all the time, there's got to be something very dark and very angry inside, and I think that made him a wonderful Hackney. You don't see it all the time, but you know it's there, and you don't want to mess with it, even if you're bigger than him. As an actor, Gabriel Byrne is wonderful, sensitive. He's just dedicated and sweet and incredibly funny. Which is why he makes such a great bad guy.
What I really like about it is that in a lot of formulaic movies, for example, you find that there's a very, broad divide between good and evil. This is the good guy, that's the bad guy. But we all know that human nature encompasses good and evil. So what I like is that these characters have that in them at the same time. And although you are sometimes repelled by these guys, you're also forced to like them.
Well, I think they're going to see it's a different movie. This is definitely a different movie. It's not like a movie you've seen before. The way the scenes are constructed, it's telling a story, but not going, you go back from the beginning, then you go in the middle, and you see all different parts of it, and it's like, if it comes out right, I think it's, which I think it will, it's going to be really different. And that's the thing, I like to do things that are different, whether, if they're different and they feel good to me, that's all that matters. And it was a terrific script, a terrific cast, a terrific director. Why not do it? What I like about Bryan is he has a real clear vision of the movie. He really sees the movie. He sees it in his head, and he makes you see it. And that's really very important. He's worked on it for about a year with Kevin and with Chris, the writer. So they really know what they're doing. I mean, they really have a clear sense of what they think will work and what they think won't work. And it's very comforting to an actor when someone comes in and they know what they want right away.
I think that when audiences sit down to see this film, they're going to go on a roller coaster ride, you know, but a very obscure roller coaster ride. It's, again, it's one of those stories, and everyone's giving these performances that are so raw that, again, you're really never gonna know what's truth and untruth and what's reality and what's not reality, and you're never gonna be able to figure this one out to the very end.
My hope will be that until the very last minute of the film, they're not quite sure what's going on. There's no bigger compliment that anyone will be able to pay to me, that they really got had, and that they really didn't know until the end. And I think with the cast and crew that we've put together, I know my work is done. They have the big thing to pull off now. It's just a big, well-structured magic trick, and I don't envy them the work they have to do. But if they pull it off, I really think people are going to be shocked. I really think they're going to come away going, wow, got to see that again.
What you're going to see is a very tense, intelligent, exciting mystery thriller, which has one of the best twists I've ever read.